I'm Em,
And I'm Lex.
and we're thrilled to welcome you to the Ready, Set, Coach podcast.
Now, we're not just your hosts. We're also mamas, entrepreneurs, coaches, friends, and co-founders of the Ready, Set, Coach community.
What began as a pandemic side hustle has blossomed into a vibrant online community crafted by coaches for coaches.
So when we're not immersed in our coaching community on Circle, we're busy managing our other businesses, navigating the ups and downs of life, and of course, recording this podcast.
This is where we dive deep into epic conversations about life, business, coaching,
and everything in between.
So are you ready, Lex?
I'm set, Em.
Let's coach.
Aloha.
Aloha. I just won Big Pharma's trip to Hawaii. That's what I'm wearing.
President's Club.
Oh my
Plug
God.
YouTube to see Emily's amazing outfit.
My mom, I feel like it's like every birthday now, it's her tradition. She shops at TJ Maxx for me. And she got this like incredible black and white floral printed number with I have culottes on. You remember what culottes are?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
So,
I was gonna say your head's being cut off. I don't know. I kind of want you to stand up and do a spin.
I'm happy to. There's a 98% chance these pants are see-through, so
Double YouTube plug.
OnlyFans, watch out.
Hey guys, she looking good, and the only way you're gonna see it is on the YouTube. Oh yeah, work it, mama.
I'm ready for the villages.
You're ready for the villages. And I'm wearing a romper today, like a summer romper. So that's unusual for me during the day. That's
Wow.
not a weekend. So we're kind of on theme.
I don't know how the weather is there, but it is hot. It is hot as Hades in Denver. And I'm pretty sure it gave my son heat stroke too this morning. I sent him to daycare. He ate food. The first thing, no, he didn't have a fever. He had one yesterday, but not one today. And when I woke him up, the first thing he said to me was back to bed. And try to yank him like a little like taking a koala from its tree scenario. And then he started like heaving on me, and I took him to the sink for a little vomit session, and then he was fine. He ate all of his
And now you're
food.
coming into school to get all the other kids sick. Thank you, Emily Merrill.
Yeah.
Oops, I said the F word. I'm sure. I feel like I walk into daycare and there's all these like really sick kids, and I'm like, great, now my kid's gonna get sick. And I love you, but I'm also calling you out because your kid vomited this morning. Now all the other kids are gonna go vomit.
No, the other kids were vomiting first. I was talking to a few of the parents, and I ran into one of my friends' my mom friends. It's like friends' mom friends. So she's a mom friend, and she's like, oh yeah, he vomited yesterday, and today he didn't want to go, and she sent him yesterday. So I was like, I don't know.
I'm just glad I'm not at your daycare. Jeez.
I think it's honestly heat stroke. I think it's been so hot. I think a mixture of heat stroke.
Casual heat stroke.
This is how they get stronger. It's not, he also had Indian food too. So I think heat stroke, Indian food. It wasn't.
But he's fine. He's great. Let's send him to school.
It's fine. I'm solo parenting right now, y'all. So the judgment, while it's there, I also think, I said to them, if he needs me, call me. I'm right across the street. Legitimately.
Touche. I'll drop the judgment down at least 2 notches. What we're going to talk about today is mom guilt. Just kidding, we're not. Although that would be a great episode. Let us know if you want, because it's very real. You just saw it demonstrated in real time. I was the aggressor. I'm the problem.
I was feeling attacked in that.
You were attacked. I was attacked.
I feel Lexi, no, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, on our other series where it's murder and mom guilt, where we do a podcast talking about murders and all things moms, you guys should follow that one.
Yeah, you should. Murder and mom guilt. That's a trademark.
Oh no, my sound just went away. There you go.
No, you're here. Okay. So here's our transition, guys. We're reimagining what it's like to be a mom in 2024. Sure. But what we're really going to talk about today is how to reimagine your group program.
Oh my God. All the moment you do the transition, my brain's like, I have so many things I want to tell you.
Tell me
It's,
all the things.
I'm like, I just read a really good book. Have you
Okay,
heard of a trad wife?
well.
Like all these squirrels come out. Okay, now we're going to talk about reimagine. I love it. I love this topic because first off, one of the things that excites me the most about this topic is that so many people think that the group program that they create is the group program for life, and they can't change or edit anything. They put it out once, and that is it for the rest of their life, the end. When in reality, having a group program is an opportunity. Every single time you run a group program is an opportunity to iterate and to make adjustments, to make timing adjustments, to make length adjustments, to have formatting adjustments. Like there's so much opportunity for real-time co-creation. Yet it's usually under the umbrella of the same group. So what we're going to talk about is what happens when you have a group program, but you want to reimagine it into something else. So Lexi, how does one reimagine their group program when it's not just iterating every time they launch it?
In true Lexi fashion, I'm going to answer your question with a different question that I want us to start with, because that's my role on this show. And I am clearly the a-hole in this relationship.
We should
And
do like a
everyone
poll.
else
Who's
is
more
true.
likable? It'll be you.
I have no idea how that poll would come out. I just would be so surprised. No. We're going to do that. But what I think, what you inspired me, what you just said inspired me to say what I think is worth also noting is, when is it time to edit?
Yeah.
When is it time to iterate, to Em's point? Because what we have seen when we ran our previous group program, it can be a really easy opportunity to also delay or not commit long enough, or some form of an excuse. Okay, well, it didn't work, the first time I sold it. I tried a few posts on Instagram, so I'm going to change it all again. And then your time is spent just changing. So let's talk a little bit about what really truly warrants an edit. And then we'll go into the how.
Ugh, you're
Are you
brilliant.
down with that? No, I'm not. I'm a jerk, but
No,
I
you're
feel like
brilliant.
it's
Okay,
valid, right?
so I'm gonna ask you another question, Lexi Smith. So for us, when we created our Ready Set Coach group cohort program, we ran it 4 times, I believe. 1, 2, 3,
Something like
4.
that.
Yeah, 4 times. What was it? What was your moment when you were ready for an edit?
Yeah, so well, first off, we sold it. So it worked. So our first time for editing, we used version 1 really as an opportunity to co-create. It was our first vision, our first version of it. So our first edit came after, when we were gearing up to launch cohort 2, because we had learnings that we wanted to apply. We had changes we knew, because now we'd done it, right? And one of the things we changed, for example, was our length of the program. The first iteration of Ready Set Group was back to back 12 weeks, 3 months. We realized that people had lives, and that was a lot. And people got behind. So we decided to spread it out a bit more. We made it a 4-month group program to bake in a little bit more time for people to digest the content and execute. So that's my first answer to your question. What's another thing that we decided to edit, or a moment we knew it was time to edit?
We moved from back to back to back to back to also every other week meeting, which I think was really helpful. We ended up with our group program, we had created modules. So we had modules that would drop, and then the next week would be live coaching, and then modules that dropped, and then live coaching. We also played around with how available we were to the cohort. So initially, I think, they got everything in the kitchen sink from us, which was inclusive of like editing every single document, checking all of their homework, lots of one-on-one calls. And then we took a inventory of our own energy and how we felt with that, and assessed what the next step forward would make the most sense for us, both energetically, financially, and for our students.
100%. God, that was what I said on the last episode too, 500
I
times.
know you did. Now you're going to say 500%. We're going to upgrade it.
That's my shot when Lexi
I know.
said 100%. So amazing. The other thing I'll say, I don't know, I think maybe around cohort 3. So we were running 2 a year just to kind of pace that out. Around cohort 3, we also started to edit a little bit more who we wanted to target because we saw who was really showing up, who was really getting results, and honestly, who we really enjoyed coaching the most. So editing our target also allowed us to edit a bit more how we were marketing the program.
A really great thing to remember and to call out. And then I feel like the last thing, I'm trying to think of anything else that we did. I don't know. I think that was it.
Well, and then after cohort 4, we got a little burnt out. So
yeah. No.
biggest edit, what we do? I'll tee you up there.
Thank you so much for the softball. We turned it into an evergreen course. So we took the learnings, we recorded them to the cleanest and best of our abilities. We updated it based on trends that we had seen that maybe didn't make sense 2 years before when we had first launched. And we made it an evergreen offering that people can consume on their own time and go through the steps of it without having to wait for a new cohort to be enrolling.
And that was the Ready Set Coach launch pack, which is still available to this day. There's active people in it as we speak. It's also something we then gifted back to everyone who had gone through the program so that they had an easy way to revisit the content. So one of the reasons we did that is this was also a moment where Emily and I decided to shift our focus to building community for the first time. So Ready Set Coach group program had been micro communities, right? Each cohort in itself acted as a community, but there wasn't a landing space for everyone and more than people. So we wanted to go for large scale impact. So we transferred that group program into a passive course of sorts, although it's more than just a course because there's a lot of resources and bonuses within it. We focus on building the community. We officially have crossed the 200 member mark.
Praise be.
Which we're super pumped about. Guys, don't forget to celebrate the wins. We took a moment and we're like, yay, go us. And now we're entering another phase. So we're iterating again. What triggered this iteration, Emily?
Well, I want to back up a little bit and answer a question with a question, Lexi Smith.
Okay, fine.
No.
I suppose.
Well, when we were feeling burned out, we felt so good at what we had created and we were really excited to experiment. And I think, again, to what Lexi had said earlier about we iterated, but we gave it time. We saw it through. We made sure that the group program happened. We did it. We proved that we were capable of it, but we were getting a little bored. We were getting burned out and bored. You're doing the same thing. It's the same rinse and repeat type of thing. So the community for us, I think you said it beautifully. It was such an opportunity to bring all of these extraordinary women we were connecting and meeting and collaborating with and coaching into one room where they could hang out with one another. And then we could see them flourish and we could see them do Instagram lives and have co-collaborated experiences. So let me
get into that before you move on to the next part, because I think you just brought something up that is worth everyone listening to self-reflect on. Another way to say that we were bored is Emily and I know ourselves really well. We're multi-passionate, multi-business owners. And for us, what bored meant was we weren't bored with the women we were serving. It was more, we wanted a new challenge because we had figured out how to rinse and repeat group. We knew how to build it. We knew how to sell it. We knew it worked. We were ready for a new challenge. And that new challenge, something we hadn't done for this brand yet, was community.
Yeah.
So
no, that's a great way to say it. And then a great way to articulate that, especially as someone in my other world, I have a community and I feel like I've learned so much from building this community for RSC because we started together so intentionally. Well, like I backflipped into my community. So it was really a fun process. So at this iteration, similarly, like we've got all these amazing humans in the community, and then we see these challenges arising where they're like, I'm feeling stuck with X, Y, and Z. And I am looking for accountability, or I'm seeking X, Y, and Z. And so back to that, like that passion, that fire within us has ignited again of how can we serve these women in a way that makes sense for their lifestyles, in a way that makes sense for our lifestyles, and not reinvent the wheel. So with that, it's looking at what the offerings are that have already been created, already exist, and how do we reimagine it to work for 2024.
Hey everyone, Lex here.
And Em.
And if you haven't heard, we did something pretty darn cool.
We sure did. We launched a completely free community built specifically for coaches.
Say it again for the people in the back.
We launched a free community for coaches. Tell them quickly who it's for and what we're doing inside, Lex.
Sure thing. So it's for anyone from the coaching curious to side hustlers to coaches ready to scale. And through the virtual platform that we've built, we've created a safe and fun space to learn, launch, grow, connect, ideate, collaborate, vent, and evolve together.
Nailed it, Lex. Now, while it's free, you must apply in order to gain a free membership. You know, so we can make sure everyone inside is awesome, like us.
Apply today at readysetcoachcommunity.com.
And beyond in 2025.
Yeah.
And thank you for highlighting what works for them and for us, because that has been a big signal for our latest transition, which we are just moments away from announcing. You know, for me, I'll like call myself out here. Emily has been more ready to get back in group than I have. I've been feeling overwhelmed with not feeling confident I had the capacity to serve a group program, given the other arms and businesses that I'm in. At least in the capacity that we had with the first iteration of the Ready Set group, with the level of coaches that we were serving. There was a lot of handholding, which was amazing and so fulfilling, but I know what it takes to show up for a group like that. So with that being said, you know, Emily and I, we have a marriage, right? A legal marriage. We're business partners. We're like, what is like, how can we, and this is kind of like back to when we first started becoming partners. We're like, how can we have our cake and eat it too? And how can that also be their cake? So what does that look like? Here are some shifts we've made. Okay. First, we're narrowing in a little bit more on who we're serving, which we'll talk about. And we're changing some formats around. So drum roll. Emily, what are we doing?
We are launching and introducing the Ready Set Coach Accelerator program. Comes complete with 2 refrigerators and a car.
And a BMW.
And a BMW.
Just kidding.
Hey, Vanna White, can you give us a walk around of the program?
Oh, tee up Lexi. Okay, so what is the Ready Set Coach Accelerator? How is it different? What is it? All the things. Why an accelerator? I want to start here. I want to start with who we're serving, because that truly is the basis of how you create a successful group program, or how you reimagine it. So quick reminder, when we first launched Ready Set Coach, the first iteration, people who didn't have a coaching business yet, or they had, but they were feeling really stagnant and they just wanted to reinvent it. This time around, well, yes, if you want to come and join us in your pre-launch, there's still value that will be had. This is more so for the active coach, the person already in the game, needing one, accountability, support, sounding boards, support along the way, or they're really ready to scale. So this isn't the person who is in corporate and teetering on, you know, they might want to coach. I don't know. If that's you, come join our community. There's such invaluable resources. Sign up for the Ready Set Coach Launch Pack. That's going to be a great passive tool for you to consume while you still have a day job. This isn't for you. Okay. If that's you, this is for my recently accredited coach who is so freaking good at what they do, but they just haven't been able to figure out marketing and sales yet. this is for the coach who's been in it for a couple years and the market has changed so much. It's so loud. What is AI? What is this? What is happening? I'm starting to feel lonely. Should I get a day job? No, you shouldn't. Should come join the accelerator and breathe new life back into your business. And this is for you if you're ready to take it from as far as you've gotten today, which congrats, to that next level. This is for you.
So I think you nailed it so perfectly, but think about it like a Y Combinator or like a Techstars for your business, where it's really intentional, it's really curated, and you're sitting next to people that are at the same level or a little further ahead from you. So they're going to challenge you, they're going to push you, and they're going to help you up level in the way that you desire. And I think the biggest thing that we've seen that has frustrated the heck out of both of us is that these coaches are so brilliant. They are experts at their craft. They can problem solve whatever their niche is that they're problem solving. But when it comes to running a business, it wasn't necessarily like what they imagined running a business would look like. They imagined themselves as coaches. They imagined themselves on stages. They imagined themselves holding community or groups for people, but they didn't imagine the business aspect of the business. And so I think that's where Lex and I really, really shine, is helping them not only understand how impactful their coaching is, but unlock like what it means and what is needed to run a business that's not going to run you into the ground.
100%. So let's talk about, God damn it, I said 100% and then I cussed.
It's fine. You're going to be so wasted at the end of this.
I agree, Emily. So let's talk about kind of 4 pillars of the structure, because this is how we've edited it. First and foremost, everyone does get full access to the Ready Set Coach launch pack. Something we noticed with people who were buying the Ready Set Coach launch pack is they were making it 30% through, 40% through, 12% through, meaning they started, but somewhere in life they dropped off. And we did a little digging there, and it was this, what was missing was accountability. Okay, so yes, you're going to get access to all our templates, all our scripts, all the curriculum, but then part 2, you're going to get that baked in accountability. You're also going to get virtual co-working. Part 3, you're going to be with us for 6 months, for half a year. Because honestly, guys, that's what it really takes. You're going to go through multiple seasons. You're going to have a community, an intimate, vetted community of women with you. And then you're going to get their group support. You're also going to get one-on-one coaching support from Emily.
Yeah. And I think that is so important. And, the accountability is a word. I feel like it's a hot word that we say a lot, but it's so important to have the naggy moms or the other people who show up to the calls and like, I did the homework. And when you're the person that says, I didn't do the homework, there's a feeling that you have. You're like, I feel behind. I don't know about you, Lex, but whenever I'm in group, like something wild happens within me where I want to up level and I want to brag and I want to be at the same level as these other humans. So with that, it comes, and you mentioned this too, but like we will be hosting these monthly 80-minute live group office hours. So this is an opportunity for us to get an understanding of what people are struggling with and do live coaching in real time. And I think that is one of the most valuable parts, in addition to the coaching that you said with you and myself, me and myself. Me, myself, and I, you and me.
And something else I want to note that we did that was a big edit from the group, because right now you might be hearing like this sounds a lot like your first group. Well, something to note was with the first group, it was a very regimented, laid out schedule of topics. Like, all right, everyone, here's module 1, do module 1. We're going to have a group session on module 1. This is a lot more flex. So you're going to be given the materials to consume as you need it. So you might feel you want to focus more on sales and you don't even want to go through modules 1 through 3. Fine, you can do that. So we're not going to be laying out a regimented, you have to follow us like a college course. We can offer you, guidance in how to consume, but that's one big difference. That also allows the group calls we do monthly to be more masterminding and focus, meaning, if you want to talk about marketing that month, you can. You aren't pigeonholed to just talking about market research. That's a big difference. I'll also say we know that the ladies in this program are going to be really busy because they have businesses. So the support structures we have are not as, there's not as large of a volume, but they're really potent and a lot more flexible. So we're going to give you bi-weekly accountability buddies for you to schedule in your own time. You're going to only meet with us once a month as a group rather than, like the first iteration was every week. The second iteration was bi-weekly, which just isn't sustainable for Em and I, nor do we think it is really for the women who are going to be in this accelerator. There's going to be group support via the Circle community. So we're super excited because the last time we did group, we were still in Slack. Anyways, there's all these fun stuff. You can learn about it by going to the website, readysetcoachcommunity.com. You'll see at the top a big button for Accelerator. Check it out or slide into our DMs, ask us in the community. We will be kicking off in August, meaning enrollment is officially open.
Love it. Love, love, love it. And I think, again, this is to bring it full circle. At the beginning, we talked about the the reasons to reimagine your group program. And for us at this moment in time, we did a little audit of our lives. Like, what is the time that we want to commit? What is the transformation we saw based on the best results of every single person that was in the original program and maybe they were in the grad program? How can we make this the most, I liked the word potent that you said, and I'm going to say juicy. Oh my God. Most juicy offering yet, or the most compelling offering yet, where you're going to feel completely held.
You said juicy.
I know. I had to say it.
Fun fact about me, it's a pet peeve of mine. Okay, guys, so we got to wrap things up today. Your homework is this: to check out the Ready Set Group Accelerator program. That's my homework for you. Go check it out. If anything, if you're not someone who needs it, it can give you a better breakdown of how we reimagined it. So I think either use it as market research for yourself, or heck, check it out and see if it could be a fit for you.
I love it. And I think also I'll add, I want you to wrap this part out, Lexi. We'll see you the next time on the Ready Set Coach podcast.
I don't know. Okay, bye.
If you're enjoying the Ready Set Coach podcast, please leave a review wherever you are listening. For more information about Ready Set Coach, visit readysetcoachprogram.com.